Hey gang, TigerBill here, and welcome back to another Newbie Drummer Monday. Now this time I'd like to explain the different levels of coordination. From what's considered one-way coordination, all the way up to what I consider six-way coordination. One-way coordination is just one limb playing at the same time. Okay, so could be a bass drum pattern that you're playing through the entire song and nothing else, something on a tambourine, a hi-hat, whatever. Okay, it's just one limb at the same time. Two-way coordination, of course, adds an extra limb. Okay, whether it be a hand or foot, doesn't matter. You have three-way coordination, we have four-way coordination. Four-way coordination has a couple different levels to it. There's simple four-way coordination, and there's complex four-way coordination. Okay, Jimmy Chapin wrote a book in 1948. This was really the first book, Advanced Techniques for the Modern Drummer. This was the first book really that covered what we consider now four-way coordination. He was Mr. Coordination back then. When he wrote this book, the drummers of the era took a look at it, and they didn't feel like the material could be played. They didn't think it was possible. So Jimmy back then used to carry a pair of drumsticks in his back pocket, pull them out, whether it was on the street, he'd play on a car fender, or in a bar room, he'd play on a table, and he'd have to demonstrate that he could actually play them. And so drummers then caught on and tried to do the same thing. And nowadays, this book, believe it or not, is considered simple four-way coordination. Okay, because what Jimmy has in here is he has the right hand and the left hand playing different patterns. But the right hand is playing jazz time pattern, which is 1, 2, the 3, 4, the 1, 2, the 3, 4, the, right? Then he has left hand pattern against that. And then he doesn't have it written in the book, but he tells you to add the bass drum on all four, okay? And the hi-hat on 2 and 4. Okay, that's four-way coordination, but I consider that simple four-way coordination because the right hand's playing the same pattern on the cymbal over and over again. You got your left hand playing a different pattern, but the bass drum is playing the same pattern over and over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a hi-hat's on 2 and 4 all the time. So I consider that a simple four-way coordination. Okay, now Jimmy covers what he calls independent coordination later on in the book, which is taking two separate patterns, different patterns, and playing a different pattern with the right hand and a different pattern with the left hand against each other. And that's what I call that like pure coordination, when the patterns are constantly changing in each part, on each limb, okay? And so, for example, a complex four-way coordination pattern would be, to me, playing four different things with each limb at the same time. I would consider that advanced four-way coordination. Okay, so when I say five-way coordination, what is that? Well, that's when you're playing your four limbs at the same time. But what does it take to put those limbs together? Well, it takes upstairs here, right? It takes the brain, right? So the brain, I'm considering that the fifth level of coordination, where your brain puts the body together, enabling you to play the four-way coordination, all right? And the sixth level of coordination, what I consider six-way coordination, well, if you're counting out loud while you're playing all that stuff, okay, that's your sixth level of coordination. What's harder to do even than the counting is singing while you're playing. So a lot of drummers that sing when they drum, they're using, as far as I'm concerned, six-way coordination. Okay, the singing is difficult to do when you're playing the drums because you're playing a pattern, but sometimes you're singing a different rhythmic structure than you're actually playing. So it's actually a different level to me, a more advanced level of coordination. Try it yourself. Try playing just the basic, start with the basic money beat, play the money beat, and then start singing to it and see what happens, see how difficult it is, okay? So I hope that gives you some food for thought. Until next time, have fun with it and always stay loose. Hey, if you like that video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and ring the bell if you want to be notified every time I post. And don't forget to share it with your friends. Thank you, and I'll catch you on the flip side.